Hi everyone, in this video we learn about what are the various data types that are supported by the Ruby. So here is a data types supported by the Ruby. Those are number, strings, boolean, hash, arrays and symbols. So coming to the first data type, that is numbers. Here, integers, floating point values or comes under the number data type. So, if you want to be check the type of data that you are going to be used in our program, we can use a variable name dot class. Okay. Data types dot rb. See here, I use number is my variable name. I assigned an integer value to this variable. So to know the type of num, so we use a class. Okay, so that is num dot class. So what type of data we are going to be assigned to num variable? That is integer. So now the class is integer. See here, the output displays as integer. Okay. So suppose if you assigned a floating type of values, say 5.2. Now let us see what is the type of num is float. Okay. The next, if you are going to be assign a complex numbers to this type variable, so which comes under the number only, but it displays as a complex class. Okay, see here the output as a complex. Okay, coming to second data type in Ruby, that is strings. So what is a string? A string is a collection of characters that are enclosed in either single quotes or double quotes. So see here, I would like to take a name as a variable. I enclose my name in double quotes. So let us print the value of a name as well as the type of name. That means a name dot class. See here, Govardhan is a string type. Okay. The next data type is a Boolean data type. So a Boolean data type represents only one bit of information that is either a true or a false. See here, let's take BOL as my variable name, whose value is true. Now let's print the class of BOLL. So here, depend upon the value we assign to a variable, Boolean value assigned to variable, so its class is going to be vary. Okay, so if the value is true, so the class is a true class. See, so here BOL value is true, so that's why its class is true class. So if the value is false, means the class is the value is false, means the class is false class. Okay. Then next data type is hashes. So a hash is a collection of key and value pairs, so whose are separated with a comma, and all the pairs are enclosed in curly braces. See how to create a hash in Ruby. So here hashes is similar to that of associative arrays in PHP. Okay, let us take a hash is equal to, so all the key and value pairs are enclosed in curly braces. See, name is associated to my name Govardhan. Okay. The next a key, country whose value is India. Okay. Now print the hash as well as the type of hash. So print hash variable and print hash dot class. Here is the hash values and here the class. Okay. Then coming to the next data type, that is arrays. So what is an array? An array is a collection of a different type of elements, so whose elements are enclosed in a square brackets. Okay. So if you want to access the array elements individually, so you need to use the index positions of array elements. So like see, Ruby also starts index positions from 0. Okay. Take array variable ARY. So all the elements are enclosed in square brackets. Say the first value as a string, then a small number, say 10, and a floating point value, say 67.4. Okay. Now print the first indexed value, that is ARY of 0. So 0 is my first index, ARY of 0. So which means it is going to be print the Govardhan on the output screen. And the next, let's print the type of variable, that is ARY dot class. Okay. Run it. See here we are going to be print 0th index element, that is Govardhan, and here the type of variable is array. Okay. The last data type in Ruby is symbols. Here the symbols is not a variable or not a value. A symbol is a lightweight strings preceded by a colon sign. In Ruby, symbols are used instead of strings because they can take much less memory. How symbols are going to be take less memory means, let us take a small example. I would like to take two variables whose values are same. Say name1 equal to Govardhan and name2 equal to Govardhan. Now let us check the addresses of these two variables. So to print the addresses of variables, you need to be use object ID method. So name1 dot object ID, object underscore ID, and similarly for name2 dot object ID. Okay. So let us run this one. See here, both name1 and name2 stores same value, but the interpreter is going to be takes two different addresses, two different memory locations. So to avoid this one, the Ruby supports symbols. So here instead of a string, you are going to be use a symbol to store the value into the variables. Now let us test the IDs of these two variables. See here, both name1 and name2 shows same address locations. So which means for similar values into different variables, the interpreter is going to be store a same memory location. Okay. Now let us check the class of these variables. Say name1 dot class. So let us see what is the class it is going to be printed. Sorry, see here the class of name1 is a symbol. Okay. So in this way we are going to be use symbols in Ruby. Okay. So see you in next video. Thank you.